use by mounts. In the previous chapter, we talked about and use a name value to persist the data in our database. Name values are great if we simply want to store data, as we don't have to worry about where the data is stored. By the way, this information is in docs.docker.get-started/06 underscore bind underscore mount slash. So with bind mount, we control the exact mount point on the host. We can use this to persist data, but is often used to provide additional data into containers. When working on an application, we can use a bind mount to mount our source code into the container to let it see code changes, respond, and let us see the changes right away. For node-based applications, Nodemon is a great tool to watch for file changes and then restart the application. There are equivalent tools in most other languages and frameworks. Quick value type comparisons. Bind mount and name values are the two main types of values that come with the Docker engine. However, additional value drivers are available to support other use cases as SFTP, Ceph, NetApp, S3, and more. So in this rectangle we have a table. We have name values, and then we have the bind mounts. We have host location. It's gonna be in the Docker chooses host location. With bind mounts you control mount example using -v, and name value is gonna be my value colon /usr/local/data, and bind mount is gonna be /path/to/data colon /usr/local/data. Populates new volume with container contents, and name values yes, and bind mounts no. Supports volume drivers, name values yes, and bind mounts no supports volume drivers. Start a dev mode container. To run our container to support a development workflow, we will do the following: mount our source code into the container, install all the dependencies including the dev dependencies, start Nodemon to watch for file system changes. So let's do it. 1. Make sure you don't have any previous getting-started containers running. So we go to our desktop application and we go for getting started. We look for getting started, and no, we don't have any getting started running. So yeah, that's fine. 2. Run the following command from the app directory. We'll explain what's going on afterward. If you're using an x86-64 Mac or Linux device, then use the following command. So if you're using a Mac or Linux, you can use these commands, but if you're using Windows, then use the following command and PowerShell. So I'm using Windows, so I'm gonna use this command. It says PowerShell and VS Code. I have my PowerShell in my integrated terminal. Make sure again that you are inside getting started and inside the app folder. So we Control V to paste it. Let me see. Control. Okay. We press enter. Unable to find the image. Okay, it's getting it. Alright, I got it. Yeah, I should have typed it instead of just paste it, but well, the commands were docker space run space hyphen dp space 3000 colon 3000 backticks, and the next line is gonna be hyphen w space slash app space hyphen v space and quotation marks the dollar sign and parentheses pwd close parentheses colon slash app close quotations backticks, and the next line node colon 18 hyphen alpine space backticks, next line sh space hyphen c space and quotation marks yarn installation double ampersand yarn run dev close quotation marks. So for example, the hyphen dp 3000 colon 3000 here, same as before, run and detach background mode and create a port mapping. Okay, so the hyphen w space slash app sets the working directory or the current directory that the command will run from. We have the hyphen v space dollar sign pwd slash app bind mount the current directory from the host into the slash app directory and the container. The node colon 18 hyphen alpine, the image to use, note that this is the base image for our app from the Docker file. Okay, and then we have the sh space hyphen c space and quotation marks yarn install double ampersand yarn run dev. The command: we are starting a shell using sh. Alpine doesn't have bash, and running yarn install to install all dependencies, and then running yarn run dev. If we look in the package.json, we'll see that the dev scripts is starting Nodemon. So if we go to our VS Code and we go to the package.json, where is the package.json? Here it is, package.json. Let me see. Okay, and in dev dependencies we can see the Nodemon, the 2.0.20. Okay, so number 3, you can watch the logs using Docker logs. You'll know you're ready to go when you see this. Okay, the container ID again already exists download. Okay, we're gonna choose Docker PS, and it's gonna be node. It's gonna be this one, the container ID. You can see it also in the Docker desktop. It ends in F43. So you can watch the logs using Docker logs. You'll know you're ready when you see this. Docker logs -f. Okay, we're gonna go Docker logs -f, and now the container. The container ID is gonna be this number. Okay, the container ID, let me see if that is the correct one. Yeah, then we press enter. Okay, listening in port 3000. So yeah, this is Nodemon listening in port 3000. So we go to localhost 3000, and yeah, here it is. So Docker Nodemon source index.js listening in port 3000. Okay, Yeah, mine comes in a different color. When you're done watching this, when you're done watching the logs, exit out by hitting Ctrl plus C. Okay, so right now is we are running Nodemon. If you want to stop, you just press Ctrl plus C, and that is how you do it in the Windows. So I just clean it up. CLS. We go now to 4. Now let's make a change to the app. In the source /static/js/app.js file, let's change the add item button to simply say add. This change will be on line 109. So we go to the source, we go to static.js. Okay, we go to the, where is the source? Okay, we are in the source static.js, source static.js, app.js, and then we go to 109, to the line 109 here. So we have to change. Let's change the add item button to simply say add. Okay, add item to simply say add. So we save it with Ctrl plus S. It has been saved. It has been updated now. And now you have not to do items yet. Add one above new item. Okay. 5. Simply refresh the page or open it, and you should see the change reflected in the browser almost immediately. It might take a few seconds for the node server to restart. So if you get an error, just try refreshing it afterwards. So I'm just gonna duplicate it. So see, and the previous one, the one that has it wasn't modified, it said add item, and the one that has been updated, it says add. That's the reason I duplicated, because if I just refresh it, it's gonna go, yeah, it's gonna go add too. Okay. 6. Feel free to make any other changes you'd like to make. When you're done, stop the container and build your new image using docker build -t getting started. So we go to Visual Studio Code, and we go to wait a minute, we go to docker, go to docker build -t getting started, and make sure that you are inside of the app folder. Build an image. Okay. Oh no, that I forget, I forgot that at the end, so we do it again. Yeah, that's the reason I prefer to just copy it sometimes, but it might take a little bit. So we go here. Using bind mount is very common for local development setups. The advantage is that the dev machine doesn't need to have all of the build tools and environments installed. With a single docker run command, the dev environment is pulled and ready to go. We'll talk about Docker Compose in a future step, as this will help simplify our commands. We're already getting a lot of flags. Let me see, it's taking a little bit, so 43, copying, taking a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you can see here what will be the next steps. At this point, you persist your database and respond rapidly to the needs and demands of your investors and founders. But guess what? You receive great news. Your project has been selected for future developments. In order to prepare for production, you need to migrate your database from working in SQLite to something that can scale a little better. For simplicity, we'll keep with a relational database and switch your application to use MySQL. But how should you run MySQL? How do you allow the containers to talk to each other? You'll learn about it next. Yeah, in the next video I should show you how to install MySQL. Pretty simple. Yeah, it has already been done here, and we can go to the to-do app here. You have no to-do apps, and yes, this is the video for the use by mounts.